kära vänner, hyvät ystävät, dear friends. It's a great honor and I'm very thankful for being able to welcome you here in Hanaholm today. We are here to discuss the shared security challenges faced by the Baltic Sea region and thus by Finland and Sweden. But first, a couple of words about Libera. Think tank Libera was founded in 2011 for promoting liberal Western values and a culture of discussion and debate. We are an independent and politically unaffiliated think tank that supports and advances individual liberty, free enterprise, free markets, and a free society. Libera is an operational non-profit foundation. Our funding is entirely private. Our donors consist of private individuals and private foundations. Libera does not accept public funding or do consultancy work. A significant part of Libera's work is carried out on a voluntary basis. We collaborate internationally with other think tanks, research organizations, and individuals who share our values. For us, freedom means the absence of compulsion and is closely linked to responsibility. On a constant basis, we publish a variety of materials, both online and in print, conduct research and organize public events such as this, and debates on current topics. And above all, we want to instigate open discussion on issues related to freedom, and that's why we are here today. It's a great pleasure to organize this event in collaboration with our friends from Free Val and also with Hanaholm. So welcome to the seminar, Together Alone. Please note that there's a question mark behind this topic. Discussion around defense, military alliances, and overall the use of traditional power evolves hand in hand with current topics and events locally and around the world. In the same way that we don't tend to talk about cutting back on public spending during an economic boom, we also don't tend to talk about strengthening our defense or resilience during peaceful times, but it should be quite the opposite. Our security environment has undergone a significant shift over the past 5 years. We face a more complex, unpredictable and challenging security environment than Europe has seen in decades. Military activity has increased in the Baltic Sea region as well as in the Arctic and Barents Sea area. The early warning period for military crisis has become shorter and the threshold for using force or show force has become lower. Power politics is no longer a blast from the past. It has indeed re-entered the European security policy agenda. Finland actually never let its guard down. Even after the Cold War, Finland continued to invest steadily in defense. Russia's annexation of Crimea reminded us of our need for peacetime military conscription. It also prompted our military to work towards accelerating the mobilization of its reserve forces for wartime duty. Finland will be increasing its military spending over the course of the coming years. Finland plans to renew its aging Hornet fighter jet fleet by 2030. Due to these investments, Finland will reach the 2% NATO criteria of public spending. This is a positive sign to our allies, and we are viewed as a trusted and valued partner. It also sends a strong message. We are keeping our options open. One part of the reason we are here today is to discuss options. What are our options? And to which extent does it suffice to just have options? What is the point or the change in the security environment when we would need to have something on paper too? I am a former investment banker, and to me, an option is always an agreement. It is a contract between at least two parties. If there is no agreement, if there is no contract, there is no option to call. There might be, but that's not the strategy. That's relying on someone else's strategy. Not many weeks ago, Swedish Prime Minister Stefan Löfven announced that Sweden will not be applying for NATO membership during this government period. To us, the move was somewhat surprising. The following years after Russian aggression in Crimea and eastern Ukraine have seen NATO approval soar in Sweden in most of the opinion polls. Many parties are openly promoting NATO membership. So I look forward to hearing your analysis and views today on this particular matter. Finland and Sweden have for a long time shared a unique relationship. Our two countries have developed a strong bond due to common history, shared values, and integrated economies. In the autumn of 2013, Sweden and Finland announced their intent to strengthen their defence cooperation. The aim was to improve regional security and strive to establish better utilization of resources and cost efficiency in defence-related areas. Furthermore, the cooperation would increase interoperability and the capability to act jointly, both nationally and internationally. This cooperation will be implemented and is being implemented both bilaterally as well as within existing forums such as NORDEFCO, the EU, NATO and the UN, and hence supplement other multinational cooperation. Our collaboration has grown stronger every year. Last summer, Finland and Sweden signed a document outlining the objectives of defence cooperation. The document covers collaboration during peace and wartime, but does not specify a duty to provide mutual assistance or entail the creation of a defence alliance. The alliance is also not meant to replace other alliances or any part of our national defence. It is just a welcome way to complement them. More than that, it is a natural form of deterrence. Cooperation gives us Nordic countries a stronger voice on the international arena. It also helps us defend our values against those who don't think alike. The best thing we can do to defend our Western values, such as freedom and democracy, is to promote dialogue. We should not shy away from openly discussing threats and possible scenarios, as unlikely as they might seem. So, kära vänner, hyvät ystävät, dear friends, together we are, but alone we shall not be. On behalf of Libera and the entire team, I am more than happy to welcome you to this event today, and I look forward to a lively and fruitful discussion.